Hello everyone, welcome again to live session of monologue classes. I'm Dinesh Kumar, and today I will discuss today's The Hindu newspaper. I will take the important news from your examination point of view. So now we come to the first news, and it is my suggestion to all of you that you should read only the important news from your examination point of view. There may be so many news, but all news are not important. Now we come to the first news, and that is the Supreme Court seek government reply on seizure of devices. So basically, what is the issue in this news? According to the CRPC, police has power to seize certain document or some electronic devices. Basically, as per chapter 12 of CRPC containing section 154 to 176, this chapter deals with the power of investigation of the police. So in the process of investigation, police also has the right to seize certain document as well as some electronic devices. Now a concern has been raised by the academics that academics have right to protect their work. Means suppose a professor or any academic person has done some research work, and that research is stored in a particular electronic device, that may be the computer or the mobile etc. And if that electronic device is taken by the police, then there is a reasonable apprehension that this research or this data may be destroyed, or there may be some damage to the data. So now the concern has been raised by some petitioners in this case, that while the police takes any devices, what should be the mechanism or what should be the procedure so that the data or the research work of the professors or the academic person should not be destroyed. So in this case, Honorable Supreme Court has held that the academic persons have the right to protect their own work, but this protection is not available to the criminal persons. So for example, suppose a person has committed any crime and the mobile of that person is taken away or the computer of that person is taken away by the police during the course of investigation, then that person cannot claim this right. So this right has been given to only to the academic persons who did not commit any offense, and this right has not been given to those persons who are criminal or who are accused of any offense. So basically, in this news, Honorable Supreme Court has tried to create the balance between the right of academic person and the criminal persons. So the criminal will not be given any protection in this regard, rather the professors will be given the protections, because they are not criminal and they have right to protect their own data, or they have right to protect their own research. So this news is important from your examination point of view. Now we come to next. This is again very important news. Supreme Court moot verdict on bodily autonomy. So basically this provides that general rule as per Article 21 of Constitution of India. Article 21 of Constitution of India recognize two kinds of rights. One is right to life and other is right to personal liberty. So this right fall under the right to personal liberty. So all of you are aware that Article 21 is the fundamental right under the Constitution of India. Now what is the concern here? Rule under MTP Act permit pregnancy termination up to 24 weeks in the 7 categories. So basically what is the issue in this case before the Honorable Supreme Court? So there is a law, Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971 and its rule under 2003. So हमारे देश में कानून एप्लीकेबल है जिसका नाम है मेडिकल टर्मिनेशन ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी एक्ट 1971 and its rule under 2003. It prohibits the unmarried women who are between 20 weeks to 24 weeks pregnant to abort with the help of registered medical practitioner. So basically अगर कोई unmarried female है और unmarried woman है and she got pregnant because of any reason, then and the child जो conceive किया है उसने, the duration of that is 20 week to 24 week, so she cannot go to the she cannot terminate her pregnancy with the help of registered medical practitioner. Now, but if the situation is with the married woman, then she can terminate her pregnancy up to 24 weeks of the pregnancy. Now the question was that Honorable Supreme Court has asked from the government or this government advocate in this regard, that what is the reasonable basis, what is the rational basis that if a married woman is pregnant and then she has the right to terminate her pregnancy up to 24 weeks in the 7 recognized categories, but if an unmarried woman got pregnant, then why she is not given this right? मतलब ये right married woman के पास है और ये right unmarried woman के पास क्यों नहीं है? What is the basis of this right? So basically I would like to quote one more article here, that is Article 14. So Article 14 provides that there will be equality before law, and second is the equal protection of laws. So all person, whether those persons are citizen of India or not, all person will have the equality before law और विल हैव द इक्वल प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लॉज. तो हमारे देश में जितने भी कानून हैं उन सब की प्रोटेक्शन सभी पर्सन को मिलेगी, वेदर दोज पर्सन्स आर सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया और नॉट. लेकिन हमारे देश में ही दिस पर्टिकुलर मेडिकल टर्मिनेशन प्रेगनेंसी एक्ट 1971 वोमेन के बीच में ही एक डिफरेंस क्रिएट करता है, जो कि मैरिड वोमेन है. द मैरिड वोमेन कैन नॉट टर्मिनेट हर प्रेगनेंसी, बट the married woman can terminate her pregnancy, but unmarried woman cannot terminate her pregnancy. So married woman के पास ये राइट है कि वो टर्मिनेट कर सकती है अपनी प्रेगनेंसी को, लेकिन अनमैरिड वोमेन अपनी प्रेगनेंसी को टर्मिनेट नहीं कर सकती. सो ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इस केस में कहा है कि देयर शुड बी द नीड टू रैशनलाइज दिस प्रोविजन, और दिस राइट शुड आल्सो बी गिवन टू द अनमैरिड वोमेन. सो इफ एन अनमैरिड वोमेन गॉट प्रेग्नेंट बिकॉज ऑफ द failure of the family planning devices, then she should also be given this chance, and she should also be given this right to terminate her medical this pregnancy. And this right to termination of the pregnancy falls under the right of bodily autonomy. So this is the right of every woman regarding the her body, that whether she want to conceive the child or whether she want to terminate her pregnancy. So this is very important news from your examination point of view. Now we come to next news. Now this news: High Court questions need for ration card to avail aid. So basically there is a scheme of the government, that is the Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi, RAN. So in this case the issue was that a person was denied to get the benefit of this facility or this scheme, that is the Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi RAN, because due to the reason that he does not have this ration card with him. So Honorable High Court ने कहा है कि अगर if a person does not have the ration card, then it does not mean that he will not be able to take the benefit of all the government scheme. So basically if a person is denied the benefit of the government scheme because of the lack of or the non-availability of the ration card, then it will be counterproductive and such person will not be entitled to get the benefit of such a scheme. So that cannot be the spirit of the law. So that's not so important, but I just give you the information. Now this editorial is not so important, but I'm just giving some basic information or the new concept which has been discussed by the author in this editorial news, and that is the right now we are having this ADR. ADR means alternative dispute resolution system. So basically what happens, mainly court adjudicate the dispute, but all of you are aware that there's a large population, there are so many disputes in our country, but we are having limited number of courts. So our limited number of courts are not able to adjudicate all these disputes timely. Then it affect the right to fair trial of an individual under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. So in this editorial news, the author has suggested that is the online dispute resolution system or ODR. So basically there are two terms, one is ADR, that is alternative dispute resolution system, means you can adjudicate your dispute outside the court. Outside the court means like arbitration में जाके आप अपने dispute को adjudicate कर सकते हैं, मतलब solve कर सकते हैं, conciliation में जाकर, mediation में जाकर और लोक अदालत में जाकर. But this is all these are the offline mode of adjudication of dispute. But author has suggested that apart from all these modes, there are other online modes are available because because of the technology or advancement of the technology and the facilities provided by the government. Then it is better to solve the dispute online, and if the dispute will be solved online, that it will also reduce the burden of the court and it will also be beneficial to the consumer's right, or we can say that it will give more rights to the consumer. Now we come to next news. This is again important news. Privilege of MPs does not extend to criminal cases. So basically there is Article 105 of Constitution of India which provides for the privileges to the member of parliaments. Similarly, there is Article 194 of Constitution of India. It provides privileges of the member of legislature assembly. अब वो privileges क्या है? So many privileges have been recognized under this, but I will discuss only some of them. Like the right to speech and expression. So if any member says something in the house, then court will not have the jurisdiction in that matter. Similarly, one more privilege is that if the session of the parliament is going on, then no member of parliament or legislative assembly will be arrested in civil cases. 40 days before the commencement of the session and 40 days after the ceased of the session, or when the session is not continued. So basically किसी भी मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट को या किसी भी एमएलए को सेशन के पार्लियामेंट के सेशन होने के 40 दिन पहले अरेस्ट नहीं किया जाएगा, और सेशन के ड्यूरिंग अरेस्ट नहीं किया जाएगा, और सेशन के 40 दिन बाद तक अरेस्ट नहीं किया जाएगा. बट नाउ द क्वेश्चन अराइजेस दैट whether this privilege of not arrest is available in civil cases only or it also applicable to the criminal cases only. So now this controversy has been clarified by the Honorable Vice President itself, and he said that this privilege does not extend to the criminal cases. So basically Honorable Vice President has said that this privilege does not extend to the criminal cases, and every member of parliament, if he is involved in the this criminal cases, then he must respect the law and he should respect the investigative agency. He should cooperate in the investigation. These news are not so important. So now this news, just have some basic knowledge about this news. Bajrang, Sakshi and Deepak made it gold rush. ठीक है. So a question in MCQ type or MCQ form may be asked कि किस किसने गोल्ड जीता है. So you just have the basic idea. Although in CLAT you will not be asked this type of questions. Okay. So that's all for today, my dear students. I will come again with the next The Hindu news analysis. Till then, thank you very much. Goodbye.